How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, what we got going now? What we got going on now? These are the last. Well, actually, we're gonna do two bonus videos. The very last one is gonna be the super mega folders. that I couldn't fit everything on the table, so I decided to do two bonus videos. And these are basically the ones that are all safe queens that I don't really use, except for one of these. One of these is one of them that I use. It goes in my bug out bag. All the rest of them I don't use. This one I did use for a little while, and I really like carrying it too. It's a really cool knife. And the rest, all of these have always been safe queens, pretty much. I think I carried a couple of these, like the Tonto, for a little bit, but we're gonna get into it. None of them I carry now. So let me see, how are we gonna start this one? Which one you wanna start with? Let's start with the non-cold steel ones first. Now, just a little brief thing about this one. Oh, be sure to like and share. Be sure to like and share these videos. The purpose of these videos is to show that how much that we love mega folders. I want all of us to show how much we love mega folders. So please like and share on all the different formats so these videos can get out there. So the manufacturers and makers of mega folders will see these and want to actually produce more mega folders for everybody because I realize there's a market for them. Now on this one, back to this one. This is a Dagger Knives Condor. You can buy these through Blade HQ. I'm not sure if you can get this particular model anymore. I haven't seen this model for a while. This is a Condor, and it's from Russia. I just want to put out there that this was purchased before Russia invaded Ukraine, and I do love my Russian knives. I have Russian fixed blades also. I have a couple Russian fixed blades by Kaiser. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And they're the Russian military army knives, fixed blades. They're part of my military collection of knives from around the world. But I do not agree with what Putin's doing in Ukraine. I'm all about being on Ukraine's side for that conflict. I think this day and age we should be past invading other people's countries, trying to take over other people's countries. We need to let all the established countries be the established countries, and nobody should be invading anybody else's countries anymore. I'm totally against people invading other people's countries. And I think Putin invading Ukraine to try to take over Ukraine and make it part of Russia again, like it was during the USSR, I think that's not cool at all. And so I'm totally on Ukraine's side. I totally support Ukraine. And I just want to put that out there. I don't want people thinking that, I'm purchasing Russia products after what Russia's done to Ukraine. This was purchased before then. But besides that, I'm totally against what Putin's doing. I think Putin is, I don't like the way that he's lying about what the people in Russia and Ukraine are all about. He's calling them Nazis and he's calling them transgender, transvestites, and all sorts of stuff. He's just whack. He just totally lies to his citizens. I don't like leaders that lie to their citizens like that. Make up false statements and try to spread false stories about people. I'm totally against that kind of behavior. That's not cool with me at all. I don't care what person is ruling whatever country, any country that a person that's doing that in, I'd be totally against that. I don't talk about politics and stuff, but that does bother me when people lie about people and try to spread false things about people. That I don't like that. But anyway, back to this. This is a very nice knife. I carried it for a long time, and I got two of these. I liked it so much I went and bought another one. You're able to get they were under $100. I think they were like $80 or something like that. Through Blade HQ, and Blade HQ still carries the dagger knives. And I absolutely, I've listened to the guy that makes these and manufactures them. He reminds me a lot of Lindsey Thompson. I think he's pretty cool too. but they don't make these no more. And one thing that was cool about this one is that it had a frame. It's a stainless steel frame lock with fully lined stainless steel liners on both sides. One side's the frame, the thicker side for the frame lock. The other side's the thinner side for just being a liner. And then it has a G10 handle scale on one side and stainless steel back spacer with a lanyard hole in it. I love the stainless steel pocket clip. That's too cool for school, if you ask me. I think it's really cool. It's got a spear point blade that's a little bit under 5 inches, I think. I think it's like 4 7/8 or something. Let's measure it out and see. Yep, 4 7/8 inches. The total length of it is about 10 6/8. It's got a spear point blade that's stone wash. It's a D2 blade, and it's a flat ground. It's like a high saber flat ground blade, spear point blade. It's got a little bit of finger choil, and it's fairly safe too because the flipper keeps it from just automatically folding in on your hand. You got a little bit of warning there. It's a very nice pocket knife. I think it'd make a great self-defense folder too. Because when it's opened up like this, you can push this switch right there, and it locks the excuse me, it locks the frame lock from coming unlocked. Keeps it from coming unlocked. And you unlock it if you want to close it. This model is called the Condor. There's another model that sold out before I was able to get them. It was called the Vendetta. That was made like this at this time too. Now the Vendetta doesn't have the frame lock. And one of the things I liked about this was the frame lock. And it does have a steel insert, heat treated steel insert, and they give you extra insert that comes with the knife when you buy the knife. Very nice knife. The blade thickness is about 3.2 millimeters. Pretty sure it's 3.2. It looks like 3.2 to me. .2 millimeters. Beautiful knife. Action on it's perfect. The weight on it's not too bad. Feels like it's a little bit over 6 ounces. .4 ounces. Awesome blade, people. But again, like I said, I'm not down with the politics in Russia right now. I'm against invading Ukraine. The Ukrainians aren't Nazis, like Putin calls them. They are not Nazis. They're not promoting transgender lifestyles and all that other stuff either. All right. This one right here is a Kershaw Strata. And I don't know if this is real copper, if it's like copper plated or finished aluminum or stainless steel for the frame lock stop and the cover on this side. And I'm not sure if this is G10 or a FRN that looks like G10, but it is a stainless steel frame lock. It has stainless steel on one side. It has open back with barrel spacers in it. I'm not sure if those are plated or real copper. They look more like a plating to me. The blade is a high saber flat ground blade with a swedge in the front. It's a Bowie clip style blade. The blade looks like it's about 5.5 inches. A little short of 5.5 inches, just a touch short of 5.5 inches. Total length is 12 inches. So it's a true mega folder size. Very lightweight feeling. Maybe 4.5, 5 ounces. Let's see what it weighs. 5.7 ounces. That's off. 5.7 ounces, which is light for a knife this size. Now, when I first got these, I got these on sale. I can't remember which online store it was. I want to say it was like either White Mountain Knives or Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I'm not exactly sure though. I got them on sale. They were on sale, and I got both of them. I got this one and the smaller one. The smaller one's still a large knife. The smaller one, I think, is like a 4.5 inch blade. And got this on sale, and I think I got them both for like about $100 or something like that. That's the reason why I bought them, because normally this one was like a $70 knife, and they had them like on a clearance type sale or whatever. Deep carry pocket clip. But I decided not to carry this one because I felt like it wasn't safe enough for me to want to carry, because all the knives I carry, they have to serve a dual purpose. Besides being a utility knife, there has to be a self-defense folder for me. And I felt like this one wouldn't make a good self-defense folder because your hand could slide up on this blade too easily, and if the lock was to fail, it would cut you. So I stayed away from carrying it. So this knife was still like brand new. It's a very cool knife though if you're just using a knife as an EDC knife. It's got like a Mustang pattern. Mustang patterns are like the broken skulls that Cold Steel used to make. That's like a Mustang pattern that everybody's probably familiar with. Mustang pattern, I'm talking about the style of the handle and the blade. Reminds me of like a Mustang pattern knife. Looks like it'd be a good utility knife though, but I wouldn't buy this one for the purpose of being a self-defense folder. Very cool knife though, stone wash. Both of these have stone wash finishes. And this one right here, this is the lightest mega folder I've ever experienced. This is the Almar Quicksilver. The Quicksilver Stiletto, folding stiletto. Look at that. Can't remember what kind of steel this one is. Let me see. It says AMK 4046. I don't think that's a steel. I think that's just a number. But it says Almar Knives. I can't remember what the steel is on this one, people. I'm sorry. It's made in China. It's not one of the Japanese ones. Very cool. The handle. I want to say the handle is like feels light. Can't remember what this handle is. It might be titanium. It's either titanium or some type of aluminum. I don't think it's stainless steel. It feels lighter than a stainless steel knife. That's the reason why I'm saying that. The blade is very thin. Let's see what the blade is. .78 millimeters. Like 2.8 millimeters. The handle thickness is 10.26 millimeters. 10.26 millimeters for the handles. It's got a nice deep carry pocket clip. Wish I could remember what the handle's made out of. It's a frame lock with a steel insert. This has a steel insert also. This one doesn't. The Kershaw does not have a steel insert, just working straight off the stainless steel frame. This one has a steel insert, and these come, they give you replaceables too. Replaceable steel inserts for these. Very well made knife though. It looks like a gentleman's stiletto. Oh, it just says Almar Quicksilver on the handle. Almar knives. I'm looking for the, I don't know what an AMK 4046 is. Is that actual steel, or is that just a number? I don't know. That's what it says on the blade. I think it's more likely to be like a D2 or something. Some kind of stainless steel. Let's see how much it weighs. This is a featherweight. I remember these are like super light for their size. 3.8 ounces. So the handle does have to be made out of either like aluminum or titanium. It might be a titanium knife. I think it might be titanium. Almar. I would call this a gentleman's stiletto. It's very cool. It's not a heavy duty knife at all. This would be a great letter opener, something like that, or it could be a self-defense folder too. Now, did we measure how long it is? Let's see what the length is. It's got a bayonet. It's got a saber ground bayonet blade with a swedge on top. Nice swedge. 5-inch blade, so it's a true mega folder. 11 1/4 inches long. And it's lightning fast. It's very fast. The action on it's like perfect. All right. Now, let's get in some oldies but goodies. Oldies but goodies. These are all Voyagers. These are the original Voyagers. I just wanted to bring these out to show you guys, people that don't know, how these were made. These were the Voyagers that were available before Demco came into the picture. These are non-Demco Voyagers. These are Lindsey Thompson and whoever he was having making his knives or designing his knives for him prior to John Demco. These are the knives that came around from the 90s, late 90s to all the way up until they start making the triad folders. And these are the ones that were made in the 2000s. These are the last of them because they had the steel pocket clips. The original ones had plastic pocket clips. Or Zytel pocket clips. The handle material on this is Zytel. It's not Grivex. It's Zytel like they use in the Ti-Lites. And it's all one piece. It's what do you call it? Integral. You can't take these apart. It's all one piece. And they're riveted together. They're not screwed together, so they're not made to be disassembled. But the blades are awesome. These are made in Japan. This one is a VG1 stainless steel blade. It's a hollow ground clip or buoy blade. The thickness on it is, let me zero out. Thickness, 3.5 millimeters, 3.5 millimeters. That's perfect. And they have a lockback design, and these lockbacks are really good lockbacks. They're really strong lockbacks. They're not weak lockbacks. With nice thumb studs. And when the Demco knives first came out, a lot of people liked these over the Demco knives because they just liked how they were like super lightweight and you get a big knife. But with me, I like the Demco knives better because these feel like my hand can slide up on the blade. And they were still pretty safe though if the lock gave out. But it just felt like my hand could slide up on the blade because these handles feel kind of slippery. Very cool knives though. A lot of people like these over the other ones, the new ones, the Dimco ones. Weight. .2 ounces. I think these had 5-inch blades. 5-inch on the dot. Total length, 11 inches. 5-inch blade, 6-inch handles. VG1 stainless steel blade. Saber hollow ground. This is a full flat ground. These are the original vaqueros. Remember I told you Lindsey Thompson was carrying vaqueros before Andrew Dimco came into the picture. All these knives were turned into Dimco versions with the triad lock. This is what the original vaquero blades look like. This one says VG1 stainless Japan. Pretty sure all these were VG1 stainless steel blades. 5 inches. 11 inches. 5 and 6 inch. Thickness looks like the same. This one says, well, 3.49, the same thing, 3.50. Full flat ground blade with serrations. They also made these in plain edges too. Did we do the weight? .8 ounces. This one's a little bit lighter. This does look like a heavier blade though. This one, the Tonto. This one I did carry a little bit. Three and a half millimeter, same thing. I'm pretty sure the length and everything's the same too. 5 inch, 11 inch, yep. And it's got the Saber hollow ground Tonto blade with the flat ground tip. Isn't that a beautiful Tonto blade though? This one just says made in Japan, but I'm pretty sure it's a VG1 stainless also. Voyager, made in Japan. Original Voyagers. Beautiful knives, people. That one's got like a stopping. Yep, it's got a stop. Beautiful knives. This one model right here came with a sheath. It's meant to be carried on like a belt on your hip or whatever. It doesn't have a pocket clip. Never had a pocket clip. Meant for belt sheath carry. Another vaquero, serrated vaquero. Made in Japan. Vaquero made in Japan. Made the same way though. 5 inch, 11 inch. Full flat ground blade. And this is the Grande. The Grande. This was the big mamma jamma for these. The Vaquero Grande. This is the ones that Lindsey Thompson used to carry. Six-inch blade. 13 inches long. 6-inch, 7-inch. 6-inch blade, 7-inch handle. Vaquero Grande. And this one just says made in Japan also. Cold steel made in Japan. These were all the Japanese Voyagers. When Andrew Dinkle came in the picture, they were making them in Taiwan. Making knives in Taiwan. These are all the ones from the 2000s. I don't know the exact years. I think this is the oldest one out of the ones I have. But I bought these after I start collecting the what do you call it, the Ti-Lites. These were like the ones I collected after that. And then I started getting into the triads. Some of these I got after I got triads. I can't remember. I think this might be one I got after I got a triad. All of these were brand new. These three right here. And these two, I think I got them off of eBay later on. But these three were bought brand new from online stores. That's the big, this is the one that Andrew Dimko, but Lindsey Thompson used to carry. How much does this weigh for a 13-inch knife with a 6-inch blade? 6 ounces. That's super, super light. I know I used to have a person that used to be on my channel, visit on my channel all the time. 3.5 millimeters, people. For thickness. And he said this was the knife that he always carried all the time. He was a trucker. Let me do these like this. Maybe put these. Like that. Gotta make room for the other ones coming up. All right. Next up. Now this one was one that was discontinued by Cold Steel. This is their ring pull knife. It's a copy of the it's an Okape, the South African pocket knife with a wooden handle and a carbon steel blade. And this is the Cold Steel version. These are made in China, actually. Oh, by the way, the Kershaw is made in China. The Quicksilver is made in China. And the Condor is made in Russia. All of these are Japanese. Made in Seiki, Japan. But this is the Elon. This was discontinued because it had some lock issues. The lock would fail. And it's like it was meant to be the big version of the Kudu. The extra large sizes of the Kudu. And these were like the cheapest, some of the cheapest folders that Cold Steel used to make. The Kudu was the cheapest. It still is the cheapest, I think. And then after that was this one. Like under $10 cheap. Brand new. And it's a ring pull knife. You pull up the ring like this, unlocks it. And it has 6 stops before you get to the lock. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lock. Sort of like a Mediterranean style or Spanish style navaja. A ratcheting navaja. Like you guys have seen in my collection before. But that one actually locks in each position. This one has like a stop. Like 6 stops or 5 stops before you get the final stop, the 6th stop, which is in the locking position. How thick are these? These are super light. 3.8 looks like 3.15 millimeters thick. So fairly thin. See how much it weighs. 3.7 ounces. 3.7 ounces. How long is it? The blade length was 5 1/4. Total length 11 3/4. Is that right? 11 3/4? Did I say that right? Yep, 11 3/4. These are made in China, but they're a copy of like of a African style knife. I think it was called the okape or something like that. The original, the African version has a wooden handle, same type of lock. It's a ring pull. And I'm pretty sure they have carbon steel blades. You could probably still buy them too. I don't think they've been making them forever. It's like their traditional knife that they make. Next one up. Now, I think this is a Mike Wallace design, if I'm not mistaken. It's not an Andrew Dimko design, like most cold steel knives. This was towards the end of cold steel before they sold to GSM. And this is called the Luzon. The handle is supposed to be inspired by bamboo, like a split bone or a split bamboo balisong, Filipino balisong. The Luzon. Nice solid lockup. Plus it has a liner lock. When the liner lock locks engaged, you cannot move this liner lock. So it's a fairly safe knife, I would say. Definitely a mega folder. Got a lot of weight to it too. It's pretty hefty. It's got stainless steel liners with the GrivX backspacer, and the scales are GrivX also. The blade is made out of 8CR13 MOV, and this model is made in China. And I don't agree with the Chinese politics messing with Taiwan either. Just putting that out there. I know most of our products come from, a big part of our products come from China, but I don't like the way China and the United States are getting along right now. And some with China though, to a certain point, I sort of don't blame them, because we have, except for Russia and North Korea's side, the rest of the sides of China is pretty much surrounded by the American military. And I know we wouldn't like it if China was surrounding us with Chinese military. So I can understand a little bit of their, wanting to stand their ground with the United States a little bit. But still, I don't like it when countries invade other countries. And I know China considers Taiwan part of China, but the Taiwanese people don't consider themselves part of China. So I think they need to leave Taiwan alone. Let Taiwan be Taiwan. Besides, Taiwan makes better knives. I can't really say that anymore either, because China's making some really nice knives now. Riot and, Artisan and CJRB and Sencut and We Knives. And, there's a lot of good knives that are coming out of China right now. You can't deny that. They are making some good knives. They used to be junk. Chinese knives used to be straight up junk though. But recently, within like the last 5 years or so, they have stepped up to the plate and they're starting to make really good, high quality knives. But I still, the politics are still rubbing me a little bit wrong between China and the United States. what's going on with China and the United States right now. And I think China needs to leave Taiwan alone and just be their own country, mind their own business, and take care of their own people, and all that, because we technically we have fought against China a couple of times. I don't know if y'all are aware of that, in a roundabout way, and Russia too. We were fighting against China and Russia and Vietnam. They were supplying the North Vietnamese, and we were also fighting against them in Korean War. They were supplying North Korea. So, in neither one of those wars we won. Think about that. So China's not, a joke. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They should be taken seriously, just like we take Russia seriously. Maybe even more so. Because I think China's probably starting to be more advanced than Russia. They got space programs, and they're developing their own military. They're ahead of us when it comes to like making things out of electric vehicles and things like that, things that don't run on fuel. And I don't know we shouldn't take China too lightly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And we should try to stay ahead of them technology-wise. All of our computers and everything are made in China. All your underwear are made in China. So what does that mean? If we go to war with China, we don't have no more new underwear? We have to wear holy underwear, or our underwear is going to get religious? But it's like, it's a mess. It's a mess. It is a mess. Everybody's, pushing for power and stuff like that, and everybody's on edge. I don't like the way things are right now. Why can't we all just live in peace? Just be happy with what we got and stop worrying about what other people have. That's why I don't like to talk about politics. Let me shut up. But anyway, let's do some measurements on this one. 6-inch blade, 13.5-inch handle. 13.5-inch length. So you got a 7.5-inch handle. That's a big handle. I never got into carrying these because I just thought they were kind of goofy. I know a lot of people like the Luzon. I'm not putting it down or whatever. It just wasn't my style. And it's got, I like the blade though. I like the way the blade is a saber flat ground blade. It's a clip style or a Bowie style blade with a swedge up here and a fuller or a blood groove right here. It has really nice stop pins. And I like the way this liner lock has a liner lock, so it makes it, safer. But I don't know, just something about this handle didn't do it for me. Or maybe I don't like the fake bamboo look or something. I think I would like it better if it was just smooth or something. But the blade is nice. I like the blade. I like the coil-ons, because that help protect your fingers. So the blades, I think it's the handle that rubs me the wrong way. And I'm not big on plastic pocket clips. Plastic pocket clips is like what they used to have on these. And I never wanted to collect those models of these. And then when they came out with steel pocket clips, I got these. Because I always thought the plastic pocket clips, they say they're good because if you rub up against something, you don't mar something, like let's say a car or something. But to me, they sort of look cheap. I think they just make the knife look kind of cheap. So, I don't know. And I got 2 of these. I have 2 of these. I never carried them. But I do like the size of them, though. And I do think that they would make a great self-defense folder. Because this liner lock locks up nice. And I like the liner lock, which makes it, very safe. So I can't knock it, you know what I mean? It's just not my style. Let me just say that. That's the reason why I didn't carry that one. Now these I absolutely love, but they're too heavy. And that's the reason why I didn't carry these. I carry one in my bug out bag. And when I carry my bug out bag is my Oz 10 one. This is the original one with Oz 8 steel. This one I've never carried. But these are beautiful knives. These are like super heavy duty. I'm pretty sure these have steel liners. I can't remember. I think they have steel liners, but the smaller version of these has aluminum liners. 6061 heat treated aluminum liners. But I think the larger version, this one, has steel liners. And it probably has steel liners because it's really heavy. And the blade thickness is like a 4.8. How thick are these blades? Yeah, 4.82 it says. So basically a 5mm blade. Full flat ground. Kukri style blade. This one's Japanese AUS 8A. Full stainless steel liners. Grivery scales. The back spacer is Grivery also, if I'm not mistaken. I think the back spacer was Grivery also. Let's see how much they weigh. .1 ounces. 13.1. So y'all know I got a flat butt, flat posterior portion of my physical anatomy. So this would pull down my pants. That's the reason why I didn't carry these. But I think these are cool. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels in my hand. This would make an awesome self-defense knife. It's just too heavy for me to carry. But I carry one in my backpack now, my Maxpedition backpack. But I don't want to carry this on my pants in the front right pocket because it's just too heavy. But it's an excellent knife. This knife you could probably actually do some serious camp chores with if you had to. You know, as a survival folder or whatever. And it'd be perfectly good for that. Because I'm sure this would be good at chopping wood just like any kukri would. It's a very strong knife. That's the Oz 8 version. The original one. I've had this one for years. This one I've had for just a few years. And this is the Oz 10A. I have two of these, two Oz 10A ones. One stays in my backpack. This is the collector. Oh, no, I take it back. This is the one that's in my backpack because I could tell because I did carry this one a little bit and I messed up the pocket clip a little bit. It's got some pieces of paint missing on it. It's got all the same specs as the other one. It's just a different blade steel. I absolutely love these. I love the Rajas. I wish I would have gotten the other Raja that they made back in the day that was like the high-end version. And it had G10 handle scales with the, I want to say 7075 aluminum bolsters and liners. But it had the Japanese Oz 8 blade though. But this is an awesome knife. I actually like this blade steel better than the Oz 8 though. Oz 10 is a very good steel. Excellent steel for this knife. That's why it's in my backpack. All right, people. But that's that one. We're going to do one more video. I'm going to do it right after I make this one, so I'll release them at the same time. You guys will be able to see both of them. One more to go. One more to go. The next one is the super megas. Remember, like and share these videos. Share them with everybody. Get them on the internet. Let people know that we love our megas. We love our megas. We love our megas. Peace out, Stiletto.